All right, who is ready to learn about probably one of the most underrated sides in all of cooking history? It's good for potluck, good for pretty much anything beef, pork, chicken, fish, anything you want. I'm talking about parsley buttered potatoes.
Sweet.
Let's get started. All right, and like always, I like to say cooking should be fun and relaxing, so let's grab our relaxing juice. Let's get started. So today, we're gonna try to keep the utensils a little bit simple. You're gonna need a baking tray, your potatoes, seasonings, peeler, and a knife. That's about it. So I'm gonna start off by washing my potatoes. And now we're going to peel both of these potatoes. All right. Now, if potato skins don't bother you, or if you're one of the people who likes potato skins, you don't have to peel them. You can just leave them on here. Just make sure you give them a thorough washing so there's not a whole lot of dirt left on them. But anyway, we're going to peel these. All right, next we're gonna slice these two potatoes up. All right, we're gonna cut, there we go. I'm gonna cut them into fours. These 4 batons right here. I'm gonna do the same with this one. There you go. And now I'm going to do what's known as a roll cut. So I'm going to cut in kind of a triangle fashion and roll the baton for each cut. Okay, that way you have these kind of triangular pieces right here, and they'll cook roughly the same rate, even if they look a bit different size. Okay, I'm going to speed through the rest. That way you don't have to watch me do all of it. All right. We're all diced up and ready to go. Let me rinse this off and I'll see you in a minute. All right, we have our potatoes the way we want them, all rinsed off and everything. The reason we do that is to get rid of that potato starch that the potatoes naturally have. It won't ruin the taste at all. If you don't rinse them, then it'll just have a little bit of a grit to it. If it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. Okay. Next up, we're gonna take about, I think that's about 2 tablespoons worth of butter. I'm just gonna dice it up into tiny cubes. All right, that should work out. I think I'm getting away with about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. And next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these, I'm just gonna sprinkle them through the potatoes. There we go. Just like that. And once I'm done adding all my spices, I'm gonna give it a mix with my hands. All right. If you're doing a side that's a little bit stronger, like pork or beef, you can also add a little bit of bacon fat, just to add that extra layer of umami between the butter and the bacon fat. It's great. You can also add a little bit of olive oil to do a very similar thing. It'll make it feel a bit lighter, but you'll have a similar effect. All right, next we're gonna toss in our onion powder. Gonna be generous, there's a lot of potato. garlic powder, black pepper, okay, and we're going to do some salt. Again, there we go. Again, be generous with your seasonings with this. It's a lot of potato, more than you figure. It's going to absorb a lot, okay? And now we're going to get in there with our hands and just kind of mix it up. Looking pretty good. I'm actually going to throw a couple more pads of butter on top. All of this butter is going to melt down to the bottom, but I definitely want it to be on top. That way everything gets a little bit of it. But I like the way this is. I'm going to cover this with some aluminum foil. I'm going to throw it in my oven. It's preheating at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit stands for freedom, okay? And we're going to let this bake for about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, with that aluminum foil on top of it, okay? I'll see everybody when that's finished. All right, there's a bit of egg on my face, everybody. I forgot to add the parsley to the parsley butter potatoes. Ha. All right, there we go. There we go. Now it's all fixed.
Voila.
All right, and now, now, with our lid on here, we're gonna pop it into this 375 degree oven. Again, Fahrenheit is for freedom, for about an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes. All right, now let's grab our relaxing juice and I'll see you after a bit. All right, our potatoes are out of the oven. Gonna be hot. Let's take a look. Out. There we go. Oh, these smell delightful. Let's grab a fork, see how tender they are. Ooh, yep, good. When you can pierce these very easily with a fork, you know you've gotten them soft enough. All right, I'm gonna remove this. There we go. We're gonna get rid of this aluminum foil. There we are. I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna grab another fork or a spoon. I'm gonna try to mix this whole thing up. There we go. With all that butter and all the seasonings are down at the bottom of this pan. There we go. I'm gonna try to coat the rest of these potatoes as well as I can. All right, now we're gonna throw this back into the oven for, I'd say, about maybe 15 minutes or so. Again, 375. Without the lid, I'm gonna try to get these potatoes to be browned up. Actually, while I have the option.
Then he tastes it.
Here's your call. If you like soft potatoes, these are done. If you want them to be a little bit browned on top, then I'd put them in the oven for another 15-20 minutes, okay? I think these are delightful the way they are. So I'm gonna leave these out to rest. Okay. Oh. I think these are delightful the way they are, so I'm gonna leave these out to rest for about 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna put the aluminum foil back on so that they don't get cooled out, they don't dry out. I'm gonna leave this aluminum foil on here for about 15-20 minutes or so and let them rest and kind of, hey, let them reabsorb some of that butter. And there we have them. Our potatoes are done. Oh, they're nice and steamy. Oh my goodness. Let's take a taste of that one.
He tastes it and tastes it, then tastes it some more.
This is one of the first sides I ever learned how to make. Goes well with just about anything. Just pop it in the oven. Super easy for anybody just getting started. Perfect for a picnic. You can make a large batch of it in almost no time. Please let me know in the comments down below. Try this out and let me know how it goes for you. I'll put this with my other potato dishes, but this is definitely a springtime dish in my opinion. And that parsley actually comes through way better than you'd think. Anyway, that's all I got for today, everybody. Please give me a subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 so I can monetize this channel. If you want to buy some merch, please go to my merch store. Please follow me on the social medias, X and Twitter. That's all I got for today. Have a good one. Let's take a look. Out. There we go. Oh, these smell delightful. All right, I'll remove this. There we go.